7 overall. Springdale comes in with a conference record of 4-1 and 5-2 overall. Last year's meeting between the two teams, Springdale took it with a score of 21-20. Key players to watch here for Springdale: Mendegas and Landers, the great running dude from Springdale, over 1,000 yards combined. Mendegas has 97 rushes, 593 yards with 6 TDs. Landers with 92 rushes, 476 yards, and 5 TDs. Also for Springdale, on the rushing end, John Moore, who's mostly a typing pass quarterback, not the running form that you would think, but he has 48 rushes for 146 yards and 8 touchdowns, which leads the team. His passing, 24 completions, 351 yards, and 3 TDs. For the Bears, key players, look at their quarterback, Corey Jackson, who can run as well as pass, and he has more rushing yards than he does passing, with 550 and 6 touchdowns. The key running back for the Bears, junior Dana Brown, number 5, has over 500 yards on the season. And we'll see the top 2 teams here in the Eastern Conference battle for the playoff spot. Clairton already clinched a playoff berth with their undefeated season. Dynamos are right on the edge of things, and here with a win, can tie them for the first place in the Eastern A and guarantee them a playoff spot. And next week we'll decide if they have the Eastern crown, and that would give them a home playoff game to close out Veterans Memorial. And start off, Clairton's going to kick. Springdale receive. Landers and Mendegas going to return. Kicking for the Bears, number 1, Kevin Ford, 6'3", 210, senior. So here we go, 7-0 Clairton Bears versus the 5-2 Springdale Dynamos. Springdale suffered their first conference loss last week to Duquesne. They were up at halftime, gave it up in the second half, and here we go with the kickoff. Taking is by number 3, Thurber. Gets hit pretty hard, stays on his feet, twists and turns, gets pulled down by a host of Bears at the 30-yard line. So Thurber, the middle man, picks up a kickoff, and the Dynamos are going to start on offense at their own 30-yard line. Springdale comes right off the bat, and their spread set. Try to spread out the Clairton defense in the middle. Here we are in motion, fake, give them Mendegas, nice move, still going. Hit, pulled down by number 9 of the Bears, senior James Weatherspoon, but not until a 7-yard gain by number 1, Wayne Mendegas. It's going to bring up a second down for the Dynamos. And as Springdale knows it, in the past, Clairton has had one of the fastest teams in the conference over the past couple of years, and one of the hardest hitting. Not too many big guys, but they all got speed. Speed kills. Here we go with a second down and about 3, short 4. Springdale motion again, gives right up the middle. Brought down there by number 52, Terry Shepard. No gain on the play for Springdale. So Springdale tries to keep the drive alive. We got 10:58 in the first quarter. Here Springdale comes out. One tight end. Mona rolls to his left. Keeper right off the bat. Carl, QB keeper. And he gets the first down and keeps the sticks going. Nice run there by John Moore. Picked up about 11 on the play. Most importantly, gives the Springdale a first down.
Referee for tonight's game, Mr. Rufo Corbiano. The umpire, Mr. Scott Studer. The linesman, Mr. Ryan Timber. The line judge, Mr. John Pinnable. Back judge,
Springdale with 2 split to the right, twins.
Mr. Dan Juba.
Power to the left of Mendegas. Stuffed at the line by number 1, Kevin Ford. Wayne spin off, maybe pick up about half a yard on the play, no more. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and long for the Dynamos. Dynamos trying to establish a running game right off the bat. Try to open up the Clairton defense. Hopefully try finding a long ball, having them think and run. So here's 2nd down. Mono under center. Same formation. Trying to get the Bears jump. They got him. Jumped in the middle there was number 2, Tyrone Allen. Senior fullback / linebacker. As I said about the speed. All right. 2nd and about 6 for the Dynamos. Motion Hartwick. Fake to him. Give them Menegas. Menegas picks up about a yard on the play. Stuffed at the line by number 1. Ford again. 6'3" senior. 210. Says 210 on the roster, but he looks like no more than a $190, but what am I to say? Coaches like to boost their stats and they look up a little bit. Here we go. 3rd down. Ford, trying to keep their drive going. Mona rolls out. Probably get it. Oh, finds open receiver. Menegas, nice pass across the middle. Springdale, another gain of 10 on 3rd down. Moves the sticks. Mona had all day rolling out and found Menegas running across the middle. He was wide open and pushed out of bounds by 45. There is no number 45. So, 1st down Dynamos. Here we go. Springdale not showing much yardage on 1st and 2nd down, but come up big here on the 3rd. So as they move this drive, near 44 minutes, they're on the lead. They're on the Clairton 36. Movement up front. Looks like the left side of the Springdale line.
Flag on the field.
Mark off 5 yards. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 15 for Springdale. I thought Springdale thought early that they would have a better chance of running the ball against Clairton, but as it is now, with them rolling out Monar, they've had much success on 3rd. And then we have the point guard, near guard. We're rolling out once again. Just out of the outstretched arms of Juan Menegas.
Number 11, John Molnar's pass, intended for number 1, Wayne Menegas, incomplete.
Looked like John had a hand in his face, try to get rid of it a little bit too soon.
Line of Clairton.
And that comes incomplete and brings up a 2nd and 15 on the Clairton 42, excuse me. Springdale spreads them out once again. There's one backer in the middle. Fumble. Looks like they fumbled the snap. Clairton says they have it. Referees. No signal yet. Oh, Clairton ball. So miscue on a handoff cost the Dynamos a big turnover on Clairton zone 43.
Clairton, 44-yard line.
So Springdale on 2nd down had their motion, and I don't know if it was the quarterback pulled out too soon or the snap wasn't all the way up. Either way, Clairton 1st and 10 after a nice drive by Springdale. Jackson rolls out, looks for open receivers, tipped on that one by number 20, Mike Kutchko.
Back number 4, Clairton, Andre Carr. His pass intended for number 1, Kevin Ford. Pass was tipped by number 20 of Springdale, Mike Kutchko.
I guess that was Carr in that quarterback at that time. I'm not sure where Jackson was. He's been their quarterback thus far this season. If he's hurt, I'm not sure. And he's not in there once again. They might have a split. Well, here we go. Carr under center. Hands off. from the left side. Man still on his feet. Nice moves there by number 2. Tyrone Allen picks up about 15 on the play.
Justin Anderson with the carry.
Takes it all the way to the Springdale 40-yard line.
Allen with the carry for Clairton.
Springdale early in the first half against Duquesne last week was very tough up the middle until that blown out second half, but on the first play Clairton here, they moved the ball pretty well. First rushing play. So they give again on the right side, nothing doing. Near guard there, along with Dugan.
Number 2, Clairton, Tyrone Allen with the carry.
That was Allen again on the run. Pick up about a yard. It's going to bring up a second and long for the Bears.
Ball on the Springdale 39-yard line.
So Carr, a junior, 5'11", $155, takes control of the Bears offense. Fakes it, gives it to Jackson once again, or Allen, excuse me. Spinning, moving, has nothing going there. Near guard there once again, along with Dugan. And another host of Dynamos, and no gain on the play, brings up a third and long. Big third and long.
With the carry for Clairton. Tackled by number 68 of Springdale, Evan near guard. No gain. Third down and 9, Bears.
So here Clairton comes out, twins to the left. Third down, drop back. He had an open receiver, overthrew him. That was number 9, the intended receiver, senior James Weatherspoon.
The quarterback, number 4, Andre Carr's pass.
Carr had him.
Number 9, James Weatherspoon.
Just put too much on the line, overthrew his receiver, and that brings up a 4th down. So we'll see if Clairton throws there close enough in the end. The punt, oh, yes, they are. Okay, they're not going to go for it. Back to return the punt, number 1, Wayne Mendegas. Kicking, number 1, Kevin Ford for the Bears. Springdale is on conventional cover, still almost gets in. There's Cox. High punt. They need to get away from that. Touches helmet. Yes, it did. Wow. Touched Dynamo player's helmet. Number 35, Hartwick, didn't get away. And Dynamo's turnover once again. Mental mistakes thus far by the Dynamos are giving the Clairton Bears a big chance in this ball game. First quarter. Score is still 0-0. So that was a net yard of about 10. Net punt of about 10 yards, excuse me. And they get the ball back. So here we go. Here's Allen. Quick down the left side. Gets a first down. Close to it. Picks up about 10 on the play. Brought down by number 20. Mike Kutchko.
Number 2, Tyrone Allen.
So that run, they're gonna call first down, and that run
Tackled by number
all the way down to the Springdale 18-yard line.
First down, Clairton.
Springdale defense trying to buck up here. Clairton in the red zone, trying to convert for the first time. Would it being senior night? Senior defensive players of Springdale trying to make a big play here. Fake, looks like no more miscue. And he's going to keep it himself for, that was Andre Carr, the quarterback. It's a flag on the play.
Number 4, Andre Carr of Clairton with the carry.
Seemed to miss his handoff, or I'm not sure what that was, if it was a pass.
There's a flag.
But something wrong with it, and Carr pulled it down, and it's going to go against Clairton.
Penalty goes against the Bears.
Springdale's going to back him up. Appears to be a hold. And it's going to move him back 10 yards and bring up a 1st and 20.
On the Springdale 31-yard line.
So right back where they started, Clairton at the Springdale 31. They can get a first down inside the 8-yard line of Springdale. Here's Carr. Calls for motion. Fumbles that snap. Picks it up. Pulled down by number 61 of the Dynamos. Right side of the line. Antonio Atone on that stop.
No gain.
So if it's the dew or if it's the field, something is making the ball a little bit slippery, and it's the quarterbacks that's far been having trouble holding on. We've already had 2 turnovers in the first 7 minutes. Springdale crowd trying to get the defense pumped up here. We got twins to the left. Car rolls out. Under pressure, Dan Arnaud's there. Avoids a man. Decides to keep it himself. Tossed down on a bounce. But number 72, the quick and powerful Colin Dugan. Pulls Car out. It's a sack, and it's going to be about a loss of 7 on the play. It's going to make up a long 3rd down. So the Springdale defense answering the call right now, stepping up.
3rd down and 29.
So it brings up a 3rd down. I'm sure the coaches of Springdale are telling them to try to keep everything in front of them. Not to let up a big play here on a 3rd and long. But the Clairton defense, they can make a big play with their speed any time of the ball game. And they're going to bring out 3 receivers to the right and a tight end. And it's a quarterback screen. That's behind the line. They better get the ball. There's Hartwick. He picks it. No, he's trying to take it. And he finally jumps on it. And a big hit put on there by number 61. Or number 86. That was Cox. Coach Chuck Wagner right over. But Springdale picks up the ball. Number 35, Joe Hartwick on that fumble. On that backward pass. So Springdale gets the ball right back. 3 turnovers so far. Each team has at least 1. Springdale 2, Clairton 1. And Springdale's going to start out with the ball on the Clairton, right inside the 50, on the Clairton 49, we'll call it. And we have 4:42 left in this first quarter. So back and forth we go. John Moore, senior quarterback, trying to step the team up here and get a big one for the Dynamos. Get something going against his speedy and powerful Clairton Bear defense. Hard work in motion. Looks like the same play that tried before. And fakes out the Clairton Bear defense, and Hartwick's on the run. He got 1 man to beat. And he's finally dragged down right inside the 5-yard line. Big run, 45 yards by Joey Hartwick. The fake works this time, folks. They go up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Finally take a round, end around, and pick up 45 yards. Number 52, Clairton didn't give up on the play. That's junior Terry Shepard. Nice hustle on that one. But nonetheless, Springdale, 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. They're going to go to pro to the left, flanker left, pro right. Mona rolls it to the left, decides to keep it himself. Breaks 1 tackle, goes over the line, and then a call him out of bounds, stepped out. And the flag down. So we'll see if it's going to be a holding against the Springdale. Maybe Dan Arnaud got caught up with somebody out there. Or maybe a face mask. Hold Springdale. The only person I could guess out there would be the flanker, Dan Arnaud. Try to help out the team a little bit too much. And got caught up, and that's going to back up Springdale. And that tackle now by Shepard is looking huge. I don't understand. I'm not sure what the call was. Evidently it was, maybe it was, I have no idea. They just moved them back 7 yards. 1st and goal on the 12. Mona rolls out once again, got somebody. There's Hartwick, a little bit low, a little behind him. John had him. If he would have let him, might have been 6. But instead, it brings up a 2nd and 12.
2nd down and 12, Springdale, ball on the 12-yard line.
So the Dynamos trying to put one in here. Clairton couldn't convert in their red zone opportunity. Springdale trying to do the exact opposite. Landers to the right, Anderson on the left, split. Mornar gives off to Menegas. Vegas picks up a few yards. Dragged down from behind by number 2, Tyrone Allen. And Vegas picks up about 5 yards on the play, takes it to the Clairton 7-yard line. And it's going to bring up a big third down here. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This will be huge for the Dynamos, or it could be a huge stop for Clairton. Motion. More some confusion. Dragged down right off the snap. Number 2, blitz. Tyrone Allen, untouched, pulls down Warner by the ankle, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Or maybe the. There's a flag declined by Clairton.
Penalty is declined.
Clairton declines it to bring up a 4th down and a kicking situation for the Dynamos. Number 10, Andrew Bosman to try 12, 22, about 29-yard field goal from the Clairton 11.
Number 10 of Springdale.
Number 11, Monar for the hold. Dugan on the snap. Good hold, good snap. Kick is up, a little bit to the left. Looks, he had the leg, pulled it, and wide left. So Springdale scoring is another opportunity. With 3:21 left, we have a score of 0-0.
This just in from New York. Second pitching.
So Clairton starts off their offense on the Springdale 20, on their own 20. It's a run for Allen, who gets nowhere, and it looks like there's a fumble on the play. You're gonna say he was down. Number 20, Mike Kuchka picked it up and took off, but they're gonna call the runner down. No gain on the play there. We gotta bring up a 2nd and 10.
Clairton, no gain on the play. 2-10 there.
Head coach for Clairton, Tom Nola, trying to keep his team with a goose egg on the loss column. As Springdale here tries to take shared possession of first place. So here we go. We got a 2nd and 10. Call under center. Hands off to his right side. Once again, nowhere. The ball's out. Springdale says they have it. Here they do. And they do. There we go. Another turnover, folks. The ball must be slippy. Recovered by numbers 35, Joe Hartwick on the recovery. Once again, he recovered the backwards pass. Now he recovers a fumble here and gives Springdale life. On Clairton's own.
On the fair, 24-yard line.
24. Another big stop here by Springdale. Not being outdone by the quick Clairton offense. So pretty much ever since the big run by Allen on the 2nd play of the game, they haven't had too much. He had another nice run, 10 yards, but ever since then they've been moving back, and giving the ball there. Springdale's had decent jobs moving the ball, but couldn't convert on either drive, and here they try again. Great field position, run to the right side, Mendegas, short game. Brought down by number 2, Allen. He's everywhere on the field. We're to give him a gain about 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for the Dynamos. See if they try to come back or try to get the Clairton defense off balance like they did with that nice run by Hartwick. Warner rolls out, has Hartwick. Nice catch, Hartwick on the right side. Finally brought down, but not until after a 1st down on the play. Gain of about 14 on the play, and they take the ball to the Clairton 10-yard line. First, they're going to say 1st and goal on the 10. Springdale cannot get a 1st down. But what's a 1st down? They need a touchdown now. They've had too many opportunities, and they're due. We got 1:35 left in the 1st quarter. Nice pitch and catch from Warner to Hartwick. Springdale spreads them out, motion left, Landers. They're going to fake to him, give the middle. Number 1 comes straight in from his linebacker position. Ford, untouched.
Ball carried by number 1, Wayne Mendakis of Springdale. Tackled by number 1, Kevin Ford, and number 73, James Lossetter of Clairton.
On that run, Medegas lost a yard.
Lost about 2 yards.
And it's going to be second and goal on the 11.
Springdale.
50 ticks left in the first. Moore rolls out once again. Has a man, completes it. Medegas doesn't get much
John Muller's pass is complete.
at all, if anything.
Mendakis.
Maybe a
Tackled by number 4,
few yards.
Clairton, Andre Carr.
Card on the tackle for the Bears. We're gain of about 4 on that completion.
Third down and
Makes another big third down for the Dynamos on the 8-yard line of the Bears. We're going to see if they're going to take it to the quarter, and they are. They're just going to wait to the quarter. With under 10 seconds left, we got a 0-0 tie. 3rd and 7. Big play coming out for Springdale. All right, both teams come out for the start of the second quarter. Goose eggs on both sides. Thus far, it's been mostly about field position. Springdale has been in Clairton's zone almost all night. Clairton's been in Springdale's once, not until they turned it over. Springdale's last attempt was a missed field goal. So here we go with a third down. Springdale trying to put one in. Motion. There's a pass. Wide open man in the back of the end zone. Clairton wasn't even ready for it. Number 34, Mike Landers. Landers on that slant. Gives 6 points for Springdale. First play of the second quarter. And once again, Springdale converts a huge third down. So we got Bosman for the extra point. Hold by Molnar. Springdale trying to make it 7.
The extra point attempt by number 10, Andrew
So
Bosman.
Springdale strikes first in this huge Eastern A matchup. Springdale comes in as a major underdog,
There's a flag on the field.
ranked 10 as we stand in the Class A Western PA standings.
Penalty goes against
And Clairton ranked 2, so Clairton trying to hold that rank, trying to possibly prove they're number 1 team, and Springdale trying to prove themselves to the rest of the community and themselves they can do it and they can take the crown, which Clairton currently has the heads up on. So that penalty backs up Springdale. Appears to be a false start. Bosman certainly has the leg, shouldn't affect him for the good snap, good hold. And folks, once again, wide to the left. He's pulling it. Who knows if it's the weather or what, but nonetheless, Springdale strikes first, and we got a score of 6-0, 11:57 left in the first half.
the extra point attempt is no good. Blocked by number 48 of Clairton, Duran Ford.
Okay, Springdale gets ready to kick off Bosman. But once again, Springdale had last week special teams problems. We'll start in the second half. Duquesne ran back a kickoff over 90 yards.
Number 9,
And here Bosman pulls 2 field goals to the left.
Dana Brown.
Possibly could be looking at it as a 10-0 score. But who knows if it's a win, footing, or what. The kicking game isn't on tonight for Dynamos. So we got a little, I'm not sure if they tried squibbling or onside or what, but number 12 of Clairton picks that up.
The return on the kick.
Freshman Kenny Chapman. And gives Clairton great field position.
Of Clairton.
Not sure what Springdale tried to do on that.
On the Clairton 45-yard
But
line.
the special teams gives Clairton a great yardage once again. Dynamos come out. Carr under center. That's chips to the left. They're going to keep it on the ground. Right there for the stop. For the tackles, number 68, near guard.
Number 2, Teron Allen with the
Allen with the carry.
tackled by number 68.
He's been quiet lately. Only picks up about a gain of 2 on the play. Makes it a nice
Gain of a couple yards.
second down and 8.
Clairton.
Clairton offensive line isn't that big up front, but have been holding their own thus far. But of late, the Clairton turnovers have killed them. Turnovers kill, as the saying goes, and as the scoreboard now shows just that. So here we go. Clairton with the ball, full house, give, fake, try the option. Whoa, nice pitch there. Carr gives it off, number 2. Not sure how he even got there. Number 2, we got a little scuffle going on. Number 9 of Clairton. James Weatherspoon and Dan Arnott get mixed up. Ref trying to calm it down. Appears that the Clairton player has tried to negate something.
Following the Dynamos, 41-yard line.
And the refs cleared up, and we got a first down off a wild play. A great play by Clairton's part. Carr was being dragged down, just threw the ball up for grabs. Probably wasn't the smartest play he ever done, but it worked, and Clairton got a first down on the Springdale's own 40-yard line. Springdale's own 40. So Carr gives fakes, fumbles, picks it up himself, and dropped on it about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a second and 13. So they tried the option once again. Springdale was ready for it.
Clairton.
And I think what happened on the last one, the Springdale defender who was supposed to be covering Allen jumped on Carr because seeing him bring down, wasn't expecting him to get the ball off. And even if he did, let alone lead the man perfectly. So that big play takes him to the 41. Now this fumble here by Clairton makes him a second and long. Play action. Looks deep, not even close.
Quarterback number 4.
Carr shucking up on the play, gets up. Looks like he might have injured his knee. Hobbles off to the sideline, and that intended receiver, number 2, Allen, was overshot by about 50 yards. Wasn't the greatest pass there by Carr. Quarterback is definitely shaken up. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on his mobility rolling out of the pocket. Who knows if that's what caused the errant throw. We'll see how he does on this third down and long. He rolls out once again, straight back. Got time, now has to move, and is brought down by a host of Dynamos. All those black shirts down there, but not until Carr runs for about a gain of about 7 on the play, but Springs going to bring up a 4th and 6. 4th and 6 for the Bears. 9:55 left in the first half. See what they decide to do. I would think it would be a punt coming. And also notable, Coach Tuckwanger looking for his career win 200 tonight. He had a celebration halted last week, trying to get a big win for Dynamos in all aspects. So here we go. Number 1 punt. High snap. No rush was on for Springdale, so he had time. And picked up there by Landers. Landers has some room, has a few blockers, but come out of nowhere and fumbles the ball. Number 1. But they're going to say Springdale picked it up themselves. Almost a big miscue by the Dynamos once again. Number 1, Ford hit him, knocked the ball loose, but appears to be picked up by near guard. And not sure what is going on. Official timeout. They're going to clear this up. Either to say the runner was down or maybe possession arrow Clairton. First signal was to Springdale. So as Landers had blockers, Molnar in front leading. Ford came out of nowhere. Landers didn't see him. No one saw him and knocked the ball loose with a big hit. Put his helmet right on the ball, knocked it loose, and leads to this discussion here. Big call by the referees now. Change of possession would give Clairton first down. There's the call. First down, Springdale. They get a break there, get a break. Landers knows it. He's going to hold on to the ball better. Maybe he didn't have the ball on the outside nor near the sidelines. Who knows? But Springdale catches a break, and that could be big. Here we go. Springdale got some lady luck that time. Gives a 1st and 10 on their own 32. Springdale trying to get the Clairton defense to jump. Give right up the middle. Landers eludes a few tacklers, wimply tacklers, and is finally brought down by about
Mike Landers with the carry for Springdale, tackled by
6
number
white
2
shirts.
of Clairton, Teron Allen.
Finally, and pick up about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 on the Clairton. Springdale 35. So here we go, Springdale, pro right. Gives the Landers on the right side. Nice power run there. And there's a flag after a first down. Guaranteed personal foul, late hit against number 9 of the Bears. James Weatherspoon will see the official call. I believe it'll be a personal foul and tack on 15 more yards, and it is. So another big call for Springdale after a nice run there by Landers. Picked up about 10, and it's going to take the ball all the way down to the Clairton. All the way down to the Clairton 38-yard line. Finally, they mark it.
38-yard line. 1st and 10, Springdale.
So with a cold night, definitely perfect for running night. Springdale's going to try to keep the ball on the ground. They have been all game. And they do. Give the Landers once again. He spins the tackler. Tries to elude another.
Number 34.
The ball comes out, but whistles were blown. Number 3 was on the stop for the Bears. Corey Jackson, defensive back. Pulls out Landers. And a minimal gain for the Dynamos of about a yard.
Gain of about a yard. 2nd down and 9, Springdale.
Coach Weiner seems to be all right after taking a dive earlier in the first quarter. And here we go with the Dynamos. Clairton's not jumping this time. Good Mendegas. Pulls him in forward. Gets about 3 on the play. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. Mendegas takes it to the Clairton 35-yard line.
Ball on the Bear, 35-yard line.
We get 7-10 in the first half.
Springdale.
Springdale comes out, been pretty effective on 3rd down thus far. Mono drops back. Screen. Had him. He had room. John Molnar couldn't get it up high enough, and it's going to bring up a punting situation for the Dynamos.
4th down, Springdale.
Or maybe not. John knows he could have had a man there. Mendegas had blockers in front. Just too many Clairton hands, defenders, in Molnar's face. So Springdale's going to try to go for it here on 4th and 7. They feel they're deep enough in Clairton's territory. And their defense has been doing a stellar job tonight. So they spread them out again. Possibly passing situation, and it is. Looks to be same play, different receiver. Landers has room. Oh! But that's where the speed comes into play, folks. Landers looked like he had green, and he's going to run. But number 2, the speedy Teron Allen, comes up and drags him from behind. And turnover on downs. Springdale gives it back to Clairton. After once again a decent job, which was helped by a personal foul on Clairton's part. is squandered. And Clairton starts off on their own 35. It's called run. Allen on the carry. Gets a minimal gain, a decent gain. We call about 3 on the play. Brought down by number 20, Mike Klitschko, the Dynamos.
Number 20, Mike Klitschko, and number 15, Dan Arnone of Springdale. Clairton, second down and 6.
No.
On their own, 39-yard line.
So we go with a second down and 6 for the Bears. The undefeated Clairton Bears. It's a run to the left side. Brought down there. Nice stop. Ran right into the big guy, number 86. Lucas Cox has been quiet thus far. Comes up with a big stop on second down. Allen had nowhere to go. Ran into the outstretched, big body, big legs of Lucas Cox. If you get stuck in those arms, you're not going to get away. So here we go. Third down. Third and about 5. We're going to give Allen a yard on that carry. Seems every third down has been huge so far, and it has with this big matchup. Carr rolls back, looks left, is under pressure, going to take off. Cox is there. Somehow, some way, Carr gets away from those big arms of Cox and has to throw it away and gives Clairton a fourth down on their own 40-yard line. So under tons of pressure by the Dynamos. Carr had no time, couldn't set his feet to open to the receiver, but got away and saved himself and his team probably like 10 yards before finally almost being brought down by Cox. So we got Kevin Ford to punt once again, and Medegas back to receive.
Number 1, Kevin Ford.
Springdale in a conventional look, not looking to rush too hard, but up front, and the kick is away. Wayne's going to let it go, and there's Hartwick better get away this time, and he does, and the ball's down by number 9, senior James Weatherspoon. Downs the ball at the Springdale 37-yard line. Dynamos, who've had decent offensive production so far. Really, not too many bad drives, except for the one, which was a turnover. And to give down the right side. Good block there on the end. Hartwick still on his feet. Brought down by the big number 48 of Clairton. Big number 48, that's his name, because he don't have a name on the roster sheet. Brings him down, but not until after a gain of about 25 yards on the run by Hartwick. Big block on the end, not sure who it was. I think it was unknown. Kept that run alive. And gives Springdale first down on the Clairton 40-yard line. So Springdale did last year, spread out the receivers. They can move the ball against this Clairton defense. They proved that. And they didn't back up that statement this run. When Dagus up the middle, stuffed at the line, pulled down by 2, Allen.
Number 1, Wayne.
Quick linebacker for Clairton. Shows everybody that he's a little bit dirty. Kid has been everywhere. And it's going to bring him a 2nd and 9 for the Dynamos. Cox still getting his shoes tied. Finally gets in the huddle. Just in time. Springdale, no doubt, trying to run sometime off the clock. Getting this halftime with a lead. Hopefully with a few more points on their side of the scoreboard. Some movement there on the side of the Springdale line on the left. That was the inside receiver, Landers. Jumped a little bit early. Was listening to the voice instead of watching the ball. And everybody always says receivers should never jump off sides because they have the best view of football, but it happens. And it's going to march Springdale back to the Clairton 44-yard line now. And remains 2nd down and 14. Under 4 minutes left in the first half.
44-yard line.
Springdale spreads them on once again. Fakes, fake, give, and that's Landers. They didn't fake it to him, they gave it to him flat out. And he picks up a decent gain, gets the penalty back that he assessed, picks up 6 on the play, and it's going to bring up a third and about 8 for the Dynamos. Possible passing situation, try that same screen, it worked. Down in the red zone for the touchdown of Springdale, possibly. Or maybe possibly a screen. Use their quick speed in the backfield as well. And they're going to bootleg to the right. Under pressure, Monores. Nice block there. Oh, perfect pass. Threaded the needle perfectly with a double cover. Lucas Cox just off his fingertips. But as I said, in the backfield, Monores under tons of pressure before number 72, Dugan, turned around and got the man. I believe that was number 52, Shepard, on that pressure for the Bears. And it's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation. Or possibly fake, who knows. But I doubt against this speedy, I keep saying it, folks, speedy Clairton defense. They are going to punt it away. Looks like a decent punt taken there. But I believe, remember, nice hit. Mono on to stop the quarterback comes down. And on that return was number 9 of the Bears.
Number 9, James
Weatherspoon returns it for about a gain of 10. Takes it up to their own 16, 17-yard line.
17-yard line of Clairton.
So back and forth so far in this game. Clairton hasn't had much success offensively. See what they try doing here. Maybe try catching the defense on their heels. Or they'll stick to the running game. And decent hole there on the left side. Pick up 11, Allen. Stopped by number 20, Coach Go, and 68, near guard. Some pushing and shoving going on, as always, against Clairton and Springdale. You'll have that.
Tackled by number 68, Evan Nearguard, and number 20.
They might. We'll see if they come in with a measurement, or they're just going to give them a first. They're going to call measurement, bringing the sticks, with 2:27 left in the half. So first down, Clairton sticks to the run. Gets up a decent game. Maybe actually caught Springdale off guard. Maybe Springdale's waiting for the pass. Chain gang comes out. Referees confer. First down. I don't want to rub it in, but I called it as soon as I saw it. Excuse me. But that's just that eagle eye I have. And with that first down, Clairton keeps their drive going. Tries to put some points on the scoreboard before they go in for halftime. Springdale crowd trying to get their home team defense pumped up once again. Right off the bat, we're going to have a flag. Seems the left side of the Clairton line all moved. We'll back him up 5 yards. So now you're definitely going to be looking for the pass. Safety John Moore, try not to let anything behind him.
Penalty goes against Clairton.
So Clairton, one split. Receiver to the right. Go to the run again. Run it right up the middle. No tricking. And near guard tripped them up on there, along with Dugan. Minimal gain of about 4 or 5. Takes back the penalty and brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bears on their own 27-yard line. Under 2 minutes and a half. So Springdale possibly looking for a stop, possibly having a chance for another drive here before the half over. Clairton goes to the run again. Stopped in the backfield there. Nice play by number 72, Colin Dugan, with a blocker on him. Just threw him away. Just brought down the runner, the weak runner of Clairton, and brings up a 3rd and long. Springdale not calling a timeout. Maybe they'll see after this 3rd down here to possibly stop the clock to get the ball back. But they figured last time Clairton hasn't scored, the better chance they have. Obviously. All right, so Clairton twins to the right. Confusion on Dynamos defense. They appear to regroup. Pass. There's 2 men there and 1 receiver. Nice play. Broken up there by number 35, Hartwick, on that excellent defensive stop. Came from the back to knock it out of the intended receiver, number. Not sure who was over there. Probably Allen. He's everywhere. And that incompletion stops the clock at 49 seconds, and Springdale are going to get the chance to get the ball back on this 4th and long. Ford back to punt once again. Springdale had some rushers in there. Line drive kick, takes Mendegas back, has 2 men on him, trying to break away. Spinning and spinning, finally brought down by the Bears at the Springdale 36-yard line. 38 ticks left in the half.
Tackled by number 3, Corey Jackson of
So Springdale,
Clairton.
we'll see if they try a pass here. But if nothing goes on this down, I'll look to them just to run out the clock and go in halftime with the lead. We'll see how they come out. They're spreading them out. So they're definitely going to try something here. They're not just run out the clock. They bring a motion, and they gave it off to Hartwick.
Flag on the field.
Flag stopped the play. Movement up front. We'll see who moved first. And the Bears defense did. So that gives Dynamos now a 1st and 5 at their own 47. First down stops the clock, and I believe they have most of their timeouts, if not all of them left. So we'll see if they try getting into Boston's field goal range. They would need to pick up a release and not have 30 yards. But they do this play they tried earlier. Hartwick gets a 1st down.
Number 35, Joe Hartwick.
Takes it across midfield to the Clairton 48. Not showing about 10 yards on the play by Hartwick. Moves the sticks with 28 seconds left.
Deron Ford. First down, Springdale.
Timeout Springdale. So here we go. They would lead 6-0. 28 seconds left driving, and they're going to see what they can get before the half. All right, here we go with a 1st down and 10 for Dynamos. Motion, reverse there to the left side. Landers has a ton of room. Only 1 minute, he has a blocker, nice jump, avoids a tackle, he's still on his feet. Inside the 10, 5, touchdown! Mike Landers on it. Excuse my language, hell of a run. Jumps over a man at the 15-yard line, doesn't give up, gets in right over the goal line in the corner, and gets Springdale with 16 seconds left, a 12-0 lead. A big 49-yard run on the reverse by Mike Landers. Perfect call by the Dynamos that kept Clairton off balance. What a run. What a run, folks. We're in Springdale call timeout, possibly thinking going for 2 here with a 12-point lead. And it appears they will, as Coach Matt Newell comes out, offensive coordinator, with John Moore, number 11. So after the timeout, discuss what they're going to do. Springdale extra point. They're going to go for 2 here, trying to make it a 14-point lead. Maybe a QB sneak. Possibility. We'll see as they spread out everybody. Motion, and it is right up the middle. Nobody's going to bring down more up behind that big Dynamo offensive line. Pappy's offensive line makes the score now. 16 seconds remaining in the first half. The Dynamos 14 and the undefeated Bears 0.
Seconds left for halftime. Kicking for Springdale.
So Springdale,
number 10, Andrew
most likely,
Morrison.
if there's any sense in the coaching stuff, which I know there is
For the Bears.
from experience, they're going to kick the ball on the ground. Not give Clairton any chance to return this with only 16 ticks left.
Number 5,
So look for Bosman and Squibb, possibly up the middle, wherever they choose, but the ball will be on the ground, guaranteed. And it is, and picked up there nicely, falls on it, number 12.
Number 12,
Chapman
recovery. Chapman
covers up at one, and Clairton will take the ball on their own, 47,
48-yard line.
which means nothing at this point right now because there's 15 seconds left. Springdale will give up that much yardage, nice field position, 4 points possibly on Brumback on Clairton's part any day. So the defense of Springdale has been great, has gave life to this offense. And we'll see what Clairton can do here with trips to their right. Now that's number 3 there now at the quarterback position. Smoothing and swerving and finally jumps out. So again about 1. There's a flag. Probably a personal foul of some sort, but that's number 3 in there. Corey Jackson, as I said earlier, has over 400 yards rushing. I don't know where he was earlier in the game, I believe a receiver, but he is now back at quarterback. And as you can see, the kid can move. And it looks to go against offsetting penalty. Oh no, they're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bears. Something went on after the runner went out of bounds, and that's going to march them back another 15 yards. And with 4 seconds left, maybe they'll haul it down the field. They got a second and about a mile, 25 to go. Unless there's a penalty, it's going to be the last play of the half.
Second down and 25, Clairton.
So we'll see Clairton tries to whale it down the field. They're just going to keep it on the ground. A lot of black shirts there, but the player tries to reverse his field, brought down. But number 1, Wayne Vegas to end the first half. Big play there, pulled down to Speedy Jackson. And at the end of the first half, we have a Springdale lead of 14 over the visiting undefeated Bears, 0. All right, here we go. As the Bears come out to receive, kick off to start off the second half. And the Dynamos, up by 14 solo home runs, come in from their little break at halftime at the old Springdale Volunteer Fire Hall. And they are 24 minutes away now from Coach Wagner's 200th victory. And not only that, probably one of the biggest victories in a ton of years for the Dynamos, including the one last year against Clairton and the Riverview game, which got them into the playoffs. But this looms a lot larger, trying to get that home playoff game and Coach's 200th. So Bosman here with kickoff. Squib to the right. Clairton player falls, can't grab it. Picked up there. And not sure who that was on the run. Number 22 of Clairton, Dawkins, picks it up, takes it to their own 40-yard line. So the Dynamos try not to let what happened to them last week occur this time, as they had the lead going into halftime and blew it. And Clairton comes out with their top quarterback. Don't know why he didn't start the game. Number 3, Jackson, fakes the option, takes it himself. Oh no, that's 4. No, that was definitely number 3, Corey Jackson. Top runner, keeps it himself, gets a gain of about 3, probably 4 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 6. on their own 44.
44-yard line.
So as they did Drew Jackson earlier in the game, pulled him from receiver to quarterback, they put now number 4 Carr
Congratulations.
to the receiver spot and has Jackson now under center.
Put your tickets away till next time.
Carr gives off to the left side. Nothing doing on that side. We have Matone, Dugan, and Arnone all on that stop. I'm sure Neargo was involved too. That run by number 2, Allen, picks up about a yard on the play, makes it a 3rd and 5. With the ball right on their own 45. They had to get across midfield to get the first down. Big 3rd down here for Clairton. Spread them out a little bit. Maybe get a chance for Jackson to run. And that's design run. Fakes it. Keeps himself out the middle stuffed. But number 68, middle linebacker, Evan Nearguard, and number 72, Colin Dugan, who's in there on every play. Brings up a 4th down and probably punting situation for the Bears. 4th and 3. And they do have their punter out. Big Kevin Ford.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
Ford is bigger than the motor company itself. The punter for the Bears, slash kicker, slash field goal kicker, gets his punt off. Low, wobbly, taken by Landers. Fumbled last time. This time holds on to it. Decent run there. Stop by number 15. Freshman Pompey, Dion Pompey on the stop. But Landers takes it up to their own, they're going to say, 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Springdale trying to tack on here. Big defensive stop. Look for Springdale to keep it on the ground. Take this clock down. They do, gives to Landers. Landers still on his feet. There to stop him was number 1, Ford, number 48. Number 48 for Clairton. Who'd have guessed they don't have number 48 listed. And number 73. Landers picks up a measly yard on the play, brings up a 2nd and 9 on their own 45. So we see Springdale here tries to catch him off guard like they did in the goal line with a sneak. Maybe spread them out like they are right now. Try to pick up a few yards on a sneak. Or they're just going to stick to the running game and get right up the middle. Mendegas. Short gain. Stop by 2. Tyrone Allen. Put him in his linebacker spot. And gives Springdale a 3rd down, which they have been pretty successful on so far. Got that long run by Landers before the half on that 3rd down reverse.
Ball on the Dynamo 47-yard line.
So Springdale spreads them out once again. Possible pass situation. They keep it on the ground and give to Hartwick. Hartwick finds a hole inside. It's going to be about 4 yards short of the 4 yards short of the 1st down. Takes it to the midfield line. So bring up a 4th down. Punter Bosman comes out. And they got number 3 back there, the quarterback, speedster slash wide receiver, Jackson, to receive it. So look for Springdale maybe to shank out of bounds or kick it low.
Returning the punt for Clairton, number 3, Corey Jackson.
Clairton has 9 people in the box. The back 2 off. Don't have much of a rush on. Still blocked. Number 22 on that block by Clairton. Snuck in there. Got the ball, picked it up himself. That's Bradley Dawkins. What a big play. And so after that special team mistake, by Springdale. Clairton did not have much of a rush. Appeared that they were going to come in hard, backed a few men off. Still didn't matter. Dawkins got in there, had both arms on the ball, picked it up himself, and gives Clairton the ball in the Springdale 38. Carr's back in there, quarterback now, run, nowhere. Stopped at the line. Coach Go number 20 was in that stop along with Arnone. Corey Jackson was on that run. I guess they converted him to a running back now. And it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bears, who haven't had much offensively all game long. They average, I believe, is the 2nd or 3rd most points in the conference. Not doing too well here tonight, but there's a ton of time left, under 7 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Some confusion there. They regroup, sweep to the right. Number 3, Jackson on the run, avoids a few men, finally brought out of bounds by Arnone at the Dynamo 32-yard line. We're gonna make it a 3rd and about 4. So now it's Jackson's turn to step up and do everything, as Allen has been doing all game, but he's now in the backfield running. And so far it's been pretty successful. So Clairton here. On their 3rd down attempt, Carr's under center. The slower but probably better passer. Gibbs, Jackson. Jackson avoids a few men. Finally brought up, stood up, and brought down by a host of Dynamos. Big stop there. Jackson thought he had at least the 1st down. It was brought down about 3 yards short. And it's going to make it a big 4th down, and Clairton will be sure to go for it.
Number 86, Elizabeth Cox.
Timeout taken by the Bears of Clairton, and with 6:04 left, Dynamos lead 14-0. All right, I got the red light. Means we're on, and so is the Clairton offense on this 4th down attempt. See what they try to do here. Got a motioner to give it to Jackson. Let him try to do it with his legs, and he's brought down. Big 4th down stop by the Dynamos. And heading that pack to the black shirts was number 86, Lucas Cox. Morno's in on that one, and Arnone, and that turns the ball over to the Dynamos. Big stop there, stopping the main man for Clairton, Jackson, on that 4th and 3 attempt, and gives the Dynamos life and keep it going. They're keeping it going, and we're going to see what their offense can do on this drive as they start at their own 34. So Springdale knows pretty much if they get a touchdown here, their defense has been great. Another score will be big. Put Clairton in a huge hole. Run right up the gut. Taken by Hartwick. Picks up about 4 on the play. Takes it to the Springdale 37. And brings up a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 6 for the Dynamos. Mora takes his play on the sideline from Coach Knoll. Got to run back and forth. Kid's legs got to be ripped like no one's business. Running the whole game. Doesn't get a break on defense. And we'll see what those legs can do on this 2nd and 6. Look for a run. Trying to draw the defense offside. Can't. Gets it off. And give on the right side there was Landers. Nothing doing. Might have lost the yard. It's going to bring him a 3rd down passing situation for Springdale. Tyrone Allen in on a stop for the Bears. .440 left in the 3rd. Springdale does spread them out. We'll keep 2 back. twins to the left. They roll out Molnar again. Throws it. Appears to have a man, Anderson. Oh, had him for a minute. Threw a little bit behind him. That gave time for the D-back. Number 10 of Clairton, sophomore Clifford. That's not his name. Sophomore Clayton Clifford. Braylon Clifford. I'll get it one of these times. And he steps up big for the Bears defense and makes it a 4th down for the Dynamos.
Punting for the Dynamos, number 10, Andrew Bogman. Number 3, Corey Jackson, return the punt.
Last punt was blocked by Springdale. Gets this one off just in time. But the thing is, there's no too many black jerseys around until now. Man, look, they're going to call a block in the back, and he's off. Jackson's off and running. Still on his feet. Chasing from behind is Cox. He ain't going to get him. He's going to run in the end zone. There are flags on the field. Most likely a block in the back.
Flag in the field.
And as you can see, while Springdale tries to keep it out of the hands of Jackson with his big play ability, runs that in there, but probably negated on a block in the back by the Bears, which usually is the case. And Springdale's special team woes continue, finally, but they get some luck, as they've been getting pretty much all game. And that's going to back up the Bears. Coach Wilder takes a deep breath, try to regroup and have their defense out, get the ball back for Molnar's offense. So after a huge call on that punt return, knocks Clairton all the way back to their own 23-yard line. Almost got that goose egg off the scoreboard, but as it stands, they're going to have to try their offense, which hasn't been doing much of anything all night. Either that or the Dynamo defense is just that good.
First and 10, Clairton.
So look for Clairton to try to make a big play here. Possibly a long pass. And he is looking to pass the quarterback. Confusion, and once again, brought down by number 86, Cox. That's his 2nd sack of the night. He says he don't want any of that. And that's a loss of about 5 on the play for the Bears.
Close carry by number 4, Andre Carr.
Not much time at all for Clairton to get that pass off. If it was even a design pass, who knows? It was a blown play from the beginning. And time in, time out during the game. The Dynamos defensive answer the call. And there's penalty flag. Probably delay game. Maybe taking too much time. We'll see what the head judge says here. I'm not sure what that call is. Not delay a game, I know that much. Either way, it's going to knock them back. Refs will walk back 5 yards, and it's going to make it a 2nd and 19. They got to get across the 33-yard line for a first down, and they're on their own 14. There's an option to the right. Tripped up in the back by number 20, Mike Kutchko. What a big stop. Stops number 2. Allen has been silent lately. Or was that 4 in car? They're switching them up so much I can't tell. No, that was definitely Allen. Or I could definitely be wrong. Can't see the numbers anymore. It's a little dark, a little dirty. But all I know is number 20, the linebacker for the Dynamos, came in and stopped them, and it now gives Clairton a 3rd and 13. Jackson drops back, fires, has a man. Molnar jumps up, grabs it right out of the air, pulls down an interception. What a big play by number 11, quarterback / safety, John Molnar. What a catch. Clairton had a man, and he came from his safety position, did his job on the zone defense, and picked it right out of the air. gives them the ball back, and another turnover for Clairton. And they're giving the game away right now. Giving Springdale's offense too many chances. One of these times they're going to get in. Defense comes up big once again for the Dynamos. They're trying to end it possibly here. They've had decent advantage running the ball outside, and that's what they try to do. Landers, good block. Can't avoid the man. He drops the ball. They're going to call he was down. Probably a good call. But I believe black and orange, so I'm always going to say that. And the Dynamos are glad that at least his knee was down. Landers look to have plenty of room to run. Near guard shaking up, comes off. And for him is number 65, Mark Redmond, to occupy his left guard spot. So Springdale actually lost a yard. So we give him a second 11 on the Clairton 49. Spread, Morris back to pass. Under tons of pressure. Gets it away and complete somehow. And that was complete to Wayman Degas. He's going to lose 2 yards, but that's a lot better than a loss of about 10, and there's a flag down. Morris shaken up. Throws his helmet back on, seems to be fine. We'll see what the penalty is. Maybe a legal man downfield. Or a hold, or could be tons of things. I'm just guessing. Appears to be against, legal man downfield against Springdale. That's going to be declined. Bring up a third down. A buck 21 left in the third quarter. Official timeout once again. They're going to sort this out. The kid, they waved that flag up, but really makes no significance in the ballgame whatsoever. As Claiborne's going to decline it. Just something to take off on the stat sheet. And so with that, we have a 3rd and 14 for Springdale's offense. Clairton trying to get some spark. They need a turnover or a big play to happen for there. Warner drops back under pressure, pulls it down, gets away a little bit, picks up minimal yards. Warner's looking around the whole way, picks up about 3. It's going to bring up still a 4th down right on midfield. 4th and 12. And punting situation once again for Springdale. But the key is they have the field advantage. They've been kicking on from their own 50, even inside Clairton's side of the field. So Clairton needs a big play on offense if they want anything. Or they're looking for special teams, maybe another big return. But they've been getting in behind the line all night. And Bosman gets this one away, luckily. As Jackson looks, sees what's going on. Finally is tossed down. Just tossed like a rag doll by the big guy, Lucas Cox. So as Jackson tries to look for a little hole or something as he's standing there, all he was staring at was Cox coming in to throw him down. Last thing he remembers is that green grass from his helmet playing in it, and that, with no return, gives Clairton the ball on their own 20. 13 ticks left in the third quarter. Cox with the patented shirt tackle. So with this frigid night in the valley, we have Clairton with the ball option. We'll give it. Not a thing doing there. Not a thing but a chicken wing, says Antonio Matone. With that stop, and Dugan was in there. And that's the end of the third quarter. Springdale holding the lead. Defense has been great. Offense is moving the ball. Good coaching. We got a score of 14-0. Clairton starts off the fourth quarter with the ball here. Clairton with the backs against the wall since the outset. Options it. Quarterback keeps it. Has a blocker. And then it's finally brought down here. Morno trying to strip the ball out. Can't. And the runner, number 4, Carr, is tossed out of bounds. Picks up about 3 yards on the play, 2 yards. And it's going to make it up a 3rd and 6. Clairton running out of chances here.
Gain of 4 yards. Gain of 3 yards. 3rd down. Bears. Ball on the 23-yard line.
There we go. Big 3rd down. Every play from here on out for Clairton is huge. They need a big play. Back to pass, under pressure, looking for a screen. Complete. He has room to run. It's number 4 there with a great run. That's Carr, quarterback.
Number 3, Corey Jackson, to number 4,
And slash receiver makes a nice catch there, moves the sticks. Big 3rd down conversion for the Bears.
First down, Bears. Ball on the 43-yard line of Clairton.
One of the biggest plays the defense has given up in a long while. Gives Clairton the first down on their 44, 43. Sweep to the right, gives the number 2. Gets about a yard. There's going to be 2 flags on the field. 4 flags on the field.
There's a flag in the field.
See what the refs call here.
Number 72 on the tackle, Colin Dugan.
Dugan on the stop for the Dynamos. We got a hold against the Bears. Face mask against the Dynamos. Penalties offset. And they'll repeat the down, first down.
Offsetting penalty. First down, Clairton. Ball on the 43-yard line.
So the Bears get a little break on that hold from the face mask at the end of the play. They got a 1st and 10. Quarterback rolls to his left. Has to throw it away under tons of pressure by number 15, the junior Dan Arnone. Springdale coaches want to hold on their side of the field. Won't get it, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down.
Intended for number 5, Dana Brown.
So as the feeling in my hands starts to lessen, the game starts to get closer and closer to the end. Dynamo still lead 14-0, 2nd and 10, Bears. So as Jackson breaks the tackle, picks up about 5, and the stop there was on Dugan. I believe it was number 2, Jackson, or no, number 3, Jackson, on that run, and he picked up about 5, whoever it was, and it's going to give the Clairton Bears a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 47. Doug got to be getting near time for 4 downs as the time's running lower and lower, and their defense is getting tougher and tougher. So we'll see what's going here. It's an option again. Pitches it. Oh, big hit there. Number 20, Mike Kutchko. Lays the smack down on number 5 of the Bears. Junior running back Dana Brown losses about 2 on the play and brings up a pivotal 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt. That hit gets the crowd going here.
On the Bear 46-yard line.
as of course the unselfish Coach Wagner will tell you that the 200 is meaningless compared to the big win. This big win for the Dynamos, and as I'm talking about that, here comes the Bears with their muddle huddle here, and the bad snap by the Clairton Bears. Number 5 picks it up, finds his receiver, and still brought down, short of the first down. What a crazy play that was. Number 1 was Ford, got the pass from number 5, Brown. Short of the sticks, turns it down to Springdale on the Clairton 47. Everyone here can smell it. First place, conference. But they still have 8:55 left before they can say that. And of course they're gonna run the ball right up the middle. Oh, shoestring tackle there. Just got him by the ankles. Mike Landers on a run, picks up about 6. Stopped by number 5, Dana Brown. And Landers had daylight.
Second down and 4, Springdale, ball on the 41-yard line.
But more importantly, they're pushing them back. Defense of the Bears will just keep going back and back. And they run it again. Landers, same play. Breaks it outside, has room to run. One man to beat on the sidelines. Finally knocked out. Just in front of the 10-yard line, at the 11-yard line. And a big run of about 25 yards for Landers. And Springdale is knocking at the door once again.
Corey Jackson. First down, Springdale. Ball on the 13-yard line.
So they're going to spot the ball at the 13 of the Bears. And momentum all the way on the side of the black and orange jerseys. As Moore brings up his group once again. Handoff, same play. Finally stopped. Oh, a little pushing going on in the end. Number 4 of the Bears pushes Moore late. Number 4, Andrew Carr, getting a little frustrated. Push him after the whistle, and they're gonna call personal foul. He's gonna plead him case. He's gonna try to plead his case, but the refs won't have any of it. And that will give Springdale half the distance. Automatic first down. Bears still complaining. Maybe because their Cubbies lost the other day. Who knows? They're upset.
Springdale Dynamos.
Bears, Cubs. They're all going down this week, folks.
Second down on the 8-yard line.
I'm going to guess the Chicago Bears are going to lose this weekend also if they play. Stewart under a helm. But that's meaningless. Oh, that's meaningless. Right here we have under 8 minutes. Dynamos lead 14-0 against the QB sneak. Moore, unstoppable. Breaks about 18 tackles. Runs in for his second TD of the game. Along with a touchdown pass to make the score now 20-0. What a run by Moore, but we have a penalty. Might be unsportsmanlike. Little celebration there on Jones' part, but it happens. Players are fired up. Come up about 15 yards. So Moore caps off that great drive with a great run from the Clairton Bears 7.
Extra point attempt from the 18-yard line. Extra point attempt by number 10.
So here we go, Bosman
Andrew Bosman.
from 15 yards further. Boots it up. Perfect. Doesn't matter. They'll take the penalty. They bank at him. Bang home an extra point, and it was 7:52 left in the ball game. The Dynamos lead now is 21-0.
With 7 minutes, 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Springdale 21, Clairton 0.
We're back here, and the Dynamos can smell that sweet taste of victory.
Kicking number
It's almost here.
Andrew Bosman.
Defense is going to keep up their work, and Bosman with the squib again, picked up once again, and they're going to call near guard. He's done this the past few kickoffs. They let him go, but they're going to call him on a late hit now, and that's going to give Clairton another 15 yards, along with the good field position they had already. That was a bonehead play by near guard. He knows it. Once the player falls on it here in high school and college, the play is done. No need for that. But as they did in the past, defense has got to buck up and try to get the ball back, or just stopping the Bears, because this is definitely 4-down territory. They're looking for quick as they can to get a score. Plus, we get the ball back on onside kick, but none of that's going to happen unless they travel 37 yards.
First and 10, Clairton. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Drop back. Cox in there. Matone in there. Gets the ball away. Oh, and there's a flag. The pass was incomplete, broken up by Monar. But I believe they're going to call him reaching over the back. It was definitely a close play. I'm not sure how fast he got in there. Maybe the ball wasn't there yet or not. There's also a flag back near the backfield where the original round scrimmage is, and we got a hold against the Bears and a pass interference against Springdale. Again, penalties offset. Repeat, first down. So Springdale catches another break here with the offensive line of Clairton holding. Unsportsmanlike, now they're calling unsportsmanlike against Springdale. Appears they're pointing on the sidelines. Coaches might have got a little fired up, I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't agree with the pass interference call or what, but they will now have to back up their defense. And the Dynamos back up. 7:43. The Bears have the ball. First and 10 on the Springdale's 21-yard line.
1-yard line of Springdale. Clairton, first and 10.
Carr comes back under the helm. Gets a snap. Back pedals. Adding up a receiver. Threw a little bit too short, a little bit too behind him. Pass was intended for,
Quarterback number 4,
who knows,
Andre
jersey's
pass intended for number
dirtier.
3, Corey Jackson, incomplete, 2 and 10. Bears.
And anyway, they're going to bring up a second and 10. So the Dynamos defense looking here to get the ball back in their offensive hands to kill the clock. But the Bears are finally threatening. And they look to pass again, complete. Number 5, Brown. It's pulled down from behind by Hartwick, and we got another flag.
There's a flag.
Probably another hold. Sloppy play here in the latter stages of the game. And it is a hold. And they will back up the Bears from the little original line of scrimmage. And there's another flag.
There's another flag in the field.
I'm not sure what this is about. Unsportsmanlike against Clairton now. So tack on another 15 to that 10, and you have yourself a long while. So as the Clairton Bears try to get the first down, they got to go from about here to Glenn's Custer to get that first down, all the way down to the Springdale 11. Timeout, Bears. 7:33 left. Score reads 21-0, Springdale. So here, with his second down, Clairton trying anything, comes out with the muddle again. Last time was a bad snap. Quarterback throws it, has a man. Oh, a little bit too far from his intended receiver. Number 4, Carr. Coverage on the play by Landers and Hartwick. Clairton trying anything, get something going offensively.
Ball on the Bears, 49-yard line.
Muddle huddle once again for the Bears. Number 5's under pressure. But Molnar got his jersey, tries to turn it away. And they're not sure what appears maybe intentional grounding, but nonetheless, it's another 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. John Molnar got pulled down the quarterback on that time. Number 3, Jackson, was trying to get rid of the ball. See what they call here. Flags waved. So with that, they're going to mark the ball all the way back up to the line of scrimmage and give Clairton a huge break, which could have been a huge loss, which they already have. They have to go 40 yards to get a first down. And should be 4th down. Scoreboard has 4th down. And they got it on the board, so here we go. 4th and, 40. So at least Clairton tries to go 120 feet for a first down. Quarterback goes out to his left. Carr under pressure, pulls it himself, and he realizes he has nothing. Number 57, Rao there on the stop. Turns the ball right back over to Springdale's hands on their own 45-yard line. So the defense comes up huge once again. Knock off about 30 total yards on that drive. Might have been Clairton's worst drive all season. There's some players shaking up on the Springdale side. We got near guard hobbling to the sidelines on a bench. Let's hope he's all right. Lisa Greer couldn't make it tonight, so I can't get the sideline report. But here we have the Dynamos running the ball right at the middle. Winner spinning off, keeps his feet. Look at him down the sidelines. He's being chased by Carr. Carr brings him down finally inside the 10-yard line. But what a run! What a run by Mike Landers once again. He appeared to be stopped at the line, spins, breaks his ankle tackle, goes all the way down to the Clairton 8-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8. Timeout. Somebody called timeout, official timeout. 7:01 left in the ball game. Man shaking up here on the near sideline right in front of the Springdale cheerleaders. I get my little applaud there, and here we go. Man was shaking up, Molnar up the middle, pushing the pile forward.
Number 11, John Molnar,
takes it across the 5-yard line. And we got 6 minutes and 35 seconds till I go grab that warm cup of cocoa. Dynamos lead 21-0.
Ball on the 6-yard line, 2nd down and goal.
Coach Wagner looking pretty darn good. He's going to get his 200th. Well deserving. And we got Springdale driving once again inside the 5. Keeps it on the ground, gets him Mendegas outside. Wide open. Runs in for the score. With 6:08, Dynamos now make the lead 27-0. And that's just about your ball game, folks. Now in the coffin, as I say. Nice run by Mendegas of 4 yards. Bosman for the point after touchdown.
Bosman.
Hold by Monar. Kick is up. Split them. Split those uprights. Says Boss. And with 6:08 left in the ball game, Dynamos lead 28-0. So everybody getting riled up. Players looking for their big senior night meal after this big victory. Now the defense looking for a shutout here. And with nobody there, Springdale almost grabs the ball and goes out of bounds.
Flag on the field.
And that's illegal, but Clairton will decline it to get the field position. And the ball will be spotted at their about the 45, 46 yard line.
Clairton. First and 10.
So as I said, they decline that.
Yard line.
Coach Tom Nolan not too pleased with his squad's performance this evening. Offense couldn't get a darn thing going tonight, and they stick it on the ground. Brought down there by number 15, Danny Ornone. George on the run for the Bears.
Number 61, Antonio.
I try to stay clear of the Bears, but it's just too good.
Second down and 8.
Chris Farley made that great. And as I said,
Yard line.
the Bears, the Cubs, all going down this week. And we got a second and 8. Under 5:30 in the old ball game. Number 12 now in our quarterback, hands off to 7 once again. Number 12 is a freshman, Kenny Chapman. Hands off to a freshman, Leroy George. But number 3, Jackson's back in the ball game. Springdale shut him down all night. He had a few decent runs. So the Bears cross midfield and face a 3rd and 2. Jackson to keep it himself. Has some room, slips a few tacklers, still on his feet somehow, and then is brought down inbounds.
Number 3 of Clairton, Corey
But not until picking up about 15 yards on the play. Tackled on the far sideline, there's a man down.
Timeout on the field.
Appears to be a white jersey, someone from Clairton's side. Maybe Jackson, number 3. And we got 4:40 left in the ball game. All right, we're back. Little IT injury timeout, ITO, whatever you want to call it. And we're back here with 4:27 left. Run to the left side. No. Dynamos defenses no. Once again, leading that tackle was Matone, along with near guard.
Number 7, Leroy George with the carry for Clairton. Tackled by number 83 of Springdale, Corey Moon.
So folks, we're looking at a team 7-0, knocking off great teams all season, going down to this Springdale Dynamo team, stepping up huge after a heartbreaking loss to Duquesne on their homecoming night, bouncing back bigger and better than ever, trying to get this goose egg going. And we have Lucas Cox once again with his hat trick. He got a hat trick, 3 sacks on the night. Number 12, George had no chance whatsoever, or excuse me, that's Chapman.
Tackled by number 8.
Had no chance. Lucas Cox coming out backfield, and once again, the Clairton Bears looking at a long 3rd down.
3rd down and 23. Bears.
Springdale goes over to Riverside Park next week to take on the Raiders. who've had an up and down season themselves, still in it mathematically, a playoff run. And Springdale, right now, is in for sure. 2 years in a row. Playoffs, Clairton is in for sure. Trying to rebound next week. And we got this third down here. Rolls out. Screen, tip. Nice tip there. On that play was 65 Redmond. Slipped off the screen. And makes it now 4th down. And if they don't get this, probably will be the last offensive play for Clairton unless they want to call the timeouts and make it a pointless time to wait for us to get back and win because they're down by 28, but who knows what the coaching staff wants to do. And some of the seniors start marching off. Evan Neergar gets a nice, deserved round of applause. Handshakes all around. We got some clean jerseys in there now. Can actually read the number. Rolls up passes across the middle. Number 1, Ford, the kicker. We'll call him Slash. He gets that across the middle, but stopped about 10 yards short of the first down. We'll give the ball right back to the Dale. To the Dale's offense here as they try to ice it.
Ball turned over on down. 1st and 10, Springdale. Ball on the Dynamo 36-yard line.
Subs going in here. We're going to timeout Springdale. We're going to sort who they want in and out. And we're going to take a break here. 2:38, 28-0. We're back, and so is Springdale's offense. We got Brandon Thurber under helm. Springdale got all their seniors out of there, it appears. Except for a few. Stay in there, finish off the game here. We got Anderson on the left side. Breaks a few. Senior still on his feet. Nice run. Switches directions. Oh, it's finally brought down all the way to the Clairton 39-yard line. Well, they're going to call him out about he stepped out, and they're going to give it to him at the 43, but not until a run of about 25 yards by Justin Anderson.
Ball on the Clairton 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Dynamos.
So with all the cameras waiting on Coach Wagner, as he's about 2 minutes and 29 seconds away from his 200th career win. Seems to be a little bit clock problem. Hand off up the middle. Give to Anderson. Anderson picks up about 7. Feed that senior the ball. Kid deserves it. And they're going to let the clock keep on moving.
With the Clairton 30.
Second and 3. And then it's nice Coach Wagner. Make the guy even colder than he already is. Springdale runs the clock too. Well-deserved hugs given the coach. Give to Anderson again. This time he's stuffed. Picks up about 1. But the game's really meaningless right now. Everyone's down there with the coach. What a great guy he is. And there's Coach Pappy Bolton holding his 200 t-shirt. Gives Coach a great hug. What a great game tonight for Springdale. What a big win for the Dynamos, and most importantly, what a big win for a great guy. Coach Wagner gets his 200. One of the first coaches in Whitfield in a few years now to reach that milestone. It's been a couple of years since the coach has done that. Springdale here with the ball. Gives to Anderson again. Comebacker. Anderson shakes a few. Get in that end zone. Oh, tripped up. Not until he picks up about 15 yards on that run. And flags everywhere. Flags everywhere. It appears number 48 on the Clairton defense might have negated something. Negated. If he negated it, he wouldn't have started. Watch my grammar, folks. Anyway, it's a penalty. I know this much. And what's going on with it, I have no clue. Unsportsmanlike. against the Bears. I was right. Wrong vocabulary. But we got under a minute left, 44 seconds. Springdale may be looking to give their senior a TD. Or they're going to try icing it. So Springdale seniors come up big tonight on their senior night. And looking for the conference crown, timeout, refs. But next week looking for a win to grab that conference and that home playoff game. If Clairton wins or loses next week. But first things first, they got to get the job done. And they can't be looking forward, and I'm sure coaches all week going to stick that in their head. Don't be looking forward to that home game. Just get the job done against Riverview. Beat them 2 years in a row. First time in Riverside Park probably in years. And then everything will fall in place. But until then, what a night for the Dynamo football program. Fans on their feet. Coach pumps his fist in the air. And the Dynamos are in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Give to Anderson. Slips.
Number 2,
falls.
Anderson with the carry for Springdale.
.30 seconds left.
No gain.
Probably a final play of the game here. What a night. No matter weather, good crowd, and I'm looking forward to that. Honk, come on, Justin, get there. He's brought down.
Number 2, Justin Anderson.
And that's gonna do it, folks. As we 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and there you go. Dynamos are in. Coach Whitener gets his 200th. What a guy he is. He'd do anything for anybody. I know personally. And I know that I'm Marcus Martin, my cameraman Justin Swervin Bourbon Urban, and Mr. Heath, and my spotter Mace Madolo. I'd like to wish you have a good night, and as someone said, a pleasant tomorrow.
All the way down to Penn Trafford 10, but they would not score. Penn Trafford would get the football back. Tyler Huther, the quarterback, goes long. And guess who comes down with the INT? Yes, Chris Kappas, he does it all. North Hills in business once again, and that would set up their touchdown. Coming up here on the next drive, it's Ryan Laymeyer, the quarterback, going up the middle. Touchdown, and North Hills beats Penn Trafford 13-3. And welcome to the playoff edition of Operation Football. We've got all the postseason scores for you below. A big thanks to our partners at the NSN Sports Network. We also have highlights of 11 games on this Halloween night. And we start in West Mifflin, where John Burton has not only the treats from a Quad A contest, but a few tricks up his sleeve.
McKeesport versus Central Catholic. A tough opening draw for the Vikings. Hey, it's Halloween. It's a beautiful Friday night. I got into the spirit of things, dressing up like a Whitfield referee. Let's see if it works. Come on. All right, you make sure you call them like you see them. You cover the sidelines. You make sure there's 11 on both sides. You guys ready? Come on. First quarter, Tigers back to punt, but Dion Germany gets the block. Ball rolls all the way to the 1-yard line. That led to a touchdown, 7-0 Vikings. Still first quarter, Vikings with the ball again, and the diminutive one, Eugene Jarvis, right up the middle, 37 yards to the house. Central up 14-0. Following a fumble recovery, the Vikes were at it again. Jesse McClain, the fullback. Look at him go. 44 yards, 21-0 Central. Tigers try to answer. Second quarter, Guy Hurt deep for Travis McBride. Down to the 1. Set up a touchdown to make it 21-7. Central up 30-7 at the half. Second half, Vikings putting it away. Shane Murray to John Paluzzi, 25 yards. And Central Catholic moves on with an easy 44-14 win.
When we went up over some points, the defense got a little bit more relaxed. They knew we had a little bit of a cushion. They just pinned their ears back and came after them, and we're really proud of how they played.
Linemen are blocking. Receivers are catching the ball. I mean, running backs are just tearing everything up. I mean, I had nothing to say. I'm surprised that we did so good today.
How's it feel to get this first win out of the way?
Hey, it feels good. I think we're going to see Willow Hills next. we'll see next week.
John Burton reporting for Operation Football.
Thanks, Ref. Kiski area on the road facing the Blue Devils of Mount Lebanon. You know, Mount Lebo wants another shot at the title game, and they start on the road to Heinz Field with Adam Jurin. Takes the handoff, goes into the end zone. The Blue Devils, just like that, are up by 7 in the second quarter. They take the snap, and if the referee would just kind of move out of our way, we can finally see Jurin taking the handoff and going to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown for Mount Lebo. But back would come the Cavaliers. Adam Gunn dropping back, going long. And check this out. Anthony Saletti pulls it down and pulls off a stunning touchdown play, but it would not be enough because next time Mount Lebo had the football, Andy Goff with a bullet to Matt Franchik, who stops on a dime, reverses field, and Mount Lebo moves on, winning 31-16. We got another Quad A game for you tonight. 6-3 Baldwin, 6-3 Bethel Park. The Blackhawk band, they're ready to go trick-or-treating a little bit later tonight. Baldwin led this game 14-13 in the second half when the Fighting Highlanders turned to Fred Bacco. He takes it 66 yards for the touchdown. Bacco with over 300 yards rushing tonight. Back, though, comes Bethel Park. B.J. Bittner on the short run ties the game at 21. On to the fourth quarter now. Baldwin turns to that guy Bacco again, who takes the handoff, and watch him take it to the house. 57 yards he will go, one of his 4 touchdowns on the night. Baldwin led the contest, but with less than 2 minutes to go, Eric Janich, the quarterback, keeps it, goes into the end zone, sending the game to overtime. In overtime, Bethel Park would win this thriller by a score of 36-35. Now, you say you want more playoff action? We've got it. Coming up, the top seeds in Quad A and Double A take the field. Also, we'll highlights county by county, showing you teams from Beaver, Greene, Washington, and Westmoreland County. And that is good for a first down. Ivy also pretty good at handing the ball off, which he would do right here, giving it to Justin King, who goes around right end, goes down the sidelines, and goes in the end zone for the touchdown. Gator fans on the sidelines, you know, they're thinking about booking their tickets to Heinz Field right now the way they're playing. That's because the top seed just kept pouring it on. King once again in traffic, turns it up the field. Gateway and Quad A winning big, final score 55-7. Well, the road to Heinz Field featuring some interesting matchups. Upper St. Clair finished the regular season unbeaten, but only gained the second seed in Class Quad A. Panthers made their case for #1 tonight by crushing Indiana. Let's get back to the highlights now. Cam Mack looking for its first ever playoff win, hosting Penn Hills. Now check this out. Penn Hills running back Ed Collington gets stood up, and watch Ryan Harris take the ball right out of his hands and go the other way. This is 70 yards. It's ruled a fumble return for a touchdown for Cannon McMillan. But Penn Hills is tough to beat when Anthony Morelli's at quarterback. In fact, Morelli went over 5,000 passing yards for his career tonight. On this play, hits David Harvey for a 20-yard touchdown. Penn Hills moves on, winning by a score of 35-27. To single A now, we got Clairton visiting Carmichael's, and Clairton would open up the playbook tonight. Corey Jackson on the reverse to Andre Carr, who throws the ball deep. James Weatherspoon wide open from 57 yards away, and Clairton is up 6-0. Second quarter now, the Bears are actually down by 6 when Corey Jackson rolls out and finds Kevin Ford near the end zone. He will fight his way in from 17 yards out, and we are tied. 15 seconds to go in the half now. Carmichael's on 4th and 29. Jeff Lapkowitz to his brother Jared for the touchdown, but it was Clairton which wound up winning this football game 20-18. Now, Greensburg-Salem hosting Ambridge out in Westmoreland County, and we find Lion fans both young and old on this Halloween night. Ambridge was down 17 at the half, but Sean Besong, a former Student Athlete of the Week, starts the comeback. He hits Ronnie Wilson, who fights hard and goes in for the touchdown. They would tie the game at 17 in the fourth quarter. Then it's Besong rolling out again. Time running down, and he just airs it out. A.J. Marsilio catches it at the 1-yard line in the final minute. Now 6 seconds to go. Rashawn Cameron, touchdown, and Ambridge comes back to win and advance, winning 24-17. And we've got more exciting playoff action when Operation Football comes back. But don't forget a doubleheader of college football here on Channel 4 tomorrow. Penn State hosts Ohio State. That's preceded by Michigan and Michigan State starting at noon.
He's been called one of Pennsylvania's most respected judges. He's Max Bayer. With a specialty in protecting children, Baer strengthened background checks and reduced custody fights. For his work, Max Baer has been honored by the White House and named Pennsylvania's Child Advocate of the Year. Now, Max Baer has been given the state bar's highest recommendation, and newspapers are calling him the best of the best. Judge Max Baer, the fighting judge for Supreme Court.
I'm not just a butcher, I'm a meat cutter, and I love certified Angus beef. I've been sharpening knives since 1963. Those hands cut a lot of meat. I'm choosy, I'm picky, and I know exactly how thick an 1 1/4 is. Love cutting meat, love eating meat, love everything about it. I know juicy, I know tender, and I love great marbling. I wouldn't give it to you if I wouldn't eat it myself. I can catch you the best steak and show you exactly how to cook it. And you can find me at Giant Eagle.
With great excitement, we anxiously await May 2006, because that's how long you can finance the beautiful Wicks furniture you buy today interest-free. No money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest until May 2006. 30 months from now. Just make 30 small monthly payments. No interest accrues. Really.
Now the top seed in AA, the Jayhawks hosting New Brighton. And in Jayhawk country, well, nothing less than a championship ring will do. But the visiting Lions have other ideas. That is Corey Thal. Turning it outside, turning on the Jets. He's going to take it to the house. And that is a New Brighton touchdown. But Jeanette has plenty of fireworks. Namely, Anthony Tarpley. He wears number 34, and he rambles and rumbles into the end zone for the Jayhawk touchdown. Now, New Brighton does try to come back. Jeff Morgan, their quarterback, looks to rally the troops, but his pass is picked off. Sean Stevenson with the lineman's dream. Jeanette advances, winning 42-16. Well, it is the first weekend of Whitfield playoff action, but the city championship matchup is all set. Brashear won tonight 40-0 to advance next week's title game with Perry. Commodores are the three-time defending champions. Now back to the highlights. AA action, Northgate hosting Mars. The Flames, they would ignite in the third quarter. The aptly named Romaro Rush finds the end zone. The Flames are up 21-0. And with that, you know, that gets everybody smiling, even this pretty young lady. Then the Flames are knocking on the door in the fourth quarter, and once again, it's rush hour. Romaro walks in the end zone, 27-0, Northgate leads. The Plants, though, finally break the shutout in the final period. Zach Roswad rolling out, hits Lee Wiskowski in the end zone for 6, but Northgate moves on, winning 27-7. Now, let's check out those Golden Rams of Highlands hosting West Allegheny in AAA action. The Rams offense came up with big plays all night long. Running back Josh Shelton. Nice moves, breaks it big, nice long run. Is he going to go all the way? Is he going to go all the way? No. In fact, they didn't score a touchdown on that play. West Allegheny, they couldn't find the end zone either. But kicker Dave Brightus drilled a pair of field goals to give West A a 6-0 third quarter lead. Now West A, they did not score a touchdown tonight, but the Highlands, did score in the fourth quarter, the only touchdown of the game, and Highlands wins 7-6. Now Operation Football continues online at the Pittsburgh Channel 24 hours a day. Check it out for playoff and non-playoff scores and highlights, fan talk, and fan polls. You can also help us find our next Student Athlete of the Week. Now let's sit back and enjoy Operation Football's top band. Ambridge. Once again, Ambridge won the game 24-17. You saw in the highlights the score was switched, but I'll tell you, Ambridge, an amazing story in this season. Down 17-0, coming back. Some great games tonight.
They live another week.
And I'll tell you, next week should be even more interesting. Some great matchups in week 2 of the playoffs, and we'll have it all covered for you.
Great year for him.
Quarter, run of the game, Brent Whiteleather. Look at him go, reversing his field, 30 yards. Whiteleather sets up the first score. Nate Waldron's going to get it. He's a big guy inside yardage. Goes in from 6 yards, 7-0 Rams over Beth Center. Third quarter, Waldron goes over again. That made it 14-0. And then the Ram running game simply dominated. Brad Martin goes in, turns the corner, 27-0. Rochester wins and advances to round 2. And how about this big game? Central Catholic McKeesport last night at West Mifflin. It was a home game for Central Catholic. They took advantage of the home cooking, although they had a lot of home fields this year. Art Walker Jr. and his Vikings clicking on all cylinders. Early in the game, McKeesport punting, blocked by Dion Germany, number 4. Central gets it. You might remember in their one-point loss to Upper St. Clair, McKeesport also had a punt blocked in that game. It sets up the first points. Shane Murray, quarterback keeper, 7-0. Vikings had the lead. After a 3-and-out by the Tigers, the guy who took over for Andrew Johnson, number 6, Gene the dancing machine. He's only 5'6", but he can go like a little water bug. There he goes, Eugene Jarvis. 37 yards, 14 zip, Central Catholic. Next possession with McKeesport fixated on Jarvis. They cross him up. They go to the quick hitter. Fullback Jesse McLean goes clean to the end zone. 44 yards, 21 zip. They're up comfortably. It was all Central and all Jarvis, who was as elusive as a fish to the outside. This guy has a lot of talent. He's only a junior. He's going to be back again next year. 44-14 final score. Central Catholic moves on. Another good game. Greensburg Central Catholic at South Park. First quarter. This first 2 plays we're going to show you really set the tone for this game. Greensburg Central looks like they're going to score here. Look at this run by Buck Smodick. Beautiful run, never gave up, keeps the legs moving, and there he goes, 70 yards down the field. He stopped shy of the goal line, and that was important because on the very next play, Smodick, the guy who just ran for 70, where he fumbled, was stripped. Ball comes loose, South Park gets it, and that set the tone for the game. Second quarter, South Park, their second block punt of this game. Number 33, Alex Fulton sets up number 10. Connor Dixon after this turnover, and they're on the board again, a 15-yarder, 15 zip. South Park led at halftime. Third quarter, Central got on the board. Greg Miraz, their outstanding quarterback, rolls to his right, 17 yards on the keeper. He goes 15-7. South Park's lead cut to 8 points, but in the fourth quarter they put it away, and this was the big play that sealed it. Martin's knee, a 37-yard